What's going on, guys? Man, crazy time to be alive, huh? Crazy time to be alive. Just when you thought the Pokemon market couldn't get any more crazy, here we are. And so I think it's important that what we do is we stop and we have ourselves a little history lesson. And to go along with this history lesson, just to prove I was in the trenches there, I'm gonna post some screenshots, and these are all just gonna be from Game Nerds because it's the easiest to kind of capture without me having to crop out data, like my address and stuff. And again, it's to show you maybe that was the stuff maybe a little too cheap back then, right? Was it maybe a little too neglected, and it kind of lets you guys know that like we're probably not going back to that, but like where are we gonna settle, right? So again, this is for anyone who maybe is just doesn't understand what's going on, maybe is confused and needs a little catch up. I'm really just going to run you through. You know what? We're going to start. I've decided the date we're going to start. And it's March 31st, 2023. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is this date? What is the meaning of this date? And I'll tell you what it is. It's the day Scarlet and Violet base set came out. And to give you an idea of where the sentiment of the market was at this point, most people agree. So we got what? March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November 23. This is when most people agree is the lowest point of the market for the most part, especially for Magic. Mostly for Magic, right? So we're April, May, June, July, August, September, October, right? We're like 6 months more than that, right? Like this is pretty much the beginning of the year. We still got a long ways to go before we're out of the trenches, right? And I remember on this date, I remember this set came out. I was still a manager at Best Buy. And I went in the store, and it was that Friday. And I bought some packs, and we opened them, and we all got hits in our packs. We're like, oh my God, this is crazy. We all got hits. And look at these silver borders. These are kind of nifty. Go on Reddit. Oh, the hits are too easy. The silver borders suck. Everything sucks. Scarlet and Violet, worst set ever, right? And Magic had actually kind of been doing okay, right? Like it was doing the best it could during this bear market. Now obviously boxes were still extremely cheap, but like I'm pretty sure Evolving Skies was still like $300-400 at this point. So, Pokemon was doing a lot better than Magic. But, Sword and Shield, everyone was like the end of Sword and Shield, everyone was loving it. Now, of course, like they overprinted Lost Origin and Silver Tempest got a reprint and all that, right? But everyone loved the sets, right? So everyone was really high on Sword and Shield, and then all of a sudden Silver Tempest or Scarlet and Violet. Oh my! I had a brain fart there. Scarlet and Violet comes out, and everyone's just it sucks. It sucks. I think everyone pretty much hated Scarlet and Violet until like Twilight Masquerade. Like people were kind of starting to get into the Magikarp from Paldean Fate. So that's like the second set. And even like Paldean Fates, I'm pretty sure that came out before Twilight Masquerade. I could be wrong. I'm not gonna look it up. But Paldean Fates was like no one was like super in love with the Bubble Mew for it was pretty much everyone was kind of stuck on 151, and that was really everything else was so weak that really only people cared about 151 at that point. But then too, I remember. Oh Lord, the first Japanese booster box I ever bought was at Collecticon 2024, that would have been, I guess. And the reprint of Japanese 151 had just come, and it had crushed everything. And I picked up a Japanese 151 booster box for $50. Was it 55? It was 55 or $50, either way. And the guy couldn't get rid of them. And now what are they, like 150 or something like that? So, people are like upset that like these boxes are so much, but they should have never been under, like they should have never been 100. These boxes should have never been that cheap. The market had it wrong. Like we had it wrong, right? And of course, whenever it's like a rubber band, right? Like anytime like kind of people realize, oh, we were wrong, it may kind of overshoot a bit. But again, that just might be like, and again, this is why you diversify, right? The whole point of me kind of just showing you guys all this random crap that I bought is to show you that don't get picky, don't get weird and stuff. Just like, bro, if it's a good deal, pick it up. Like if you can snag a good deal, pick it up. But don't like, again, I'm not the guy, like, I've never bought anything from like a Walmart. Like you shouldn't be relying on being able to do like these like quick flips and stuff, because like that's just not gonna work for you. You needed to either do the long play or figure out how to make like plays on singles, grading, something like that, right? You can't just make plays flipping. I mean you can, but you got to have a lot of cash. And most of the times, like what you're gonna get like two Prismatic Evolution ETBs, and then you're gonna flip them and make like $60, and then what, right? Like, so again, the whole point of this is to show you is like this is why I do the long game, is because I mean look at these, right? Like the stuff you've kind of seen will never. The whole point for me is kind of like is I just want to catalog some of this stuff, and we could be like, oh my god, like I think I showed a Fusion Strike box for like $125 or something, and they were even cheaper than that. I bought one on TCG Player. I couldn't find it because it's so far back, and I'm not going to spend the time. But like I remember like 110, you know, around there you could get Fusion Strike boxes. And funny enough, the reason I was so confident with Fusion Strike is I'll tell the little heart story here, little for the community story. The thing that really made me like start looking into this stuff is I was at work and I bought some Fusion Strike packs and we opened them and I pulled the what is it, the Espeon? I think it's the Espeon, like the pink kitty, and it was like the big one, right? You know what I'm talking about, the alternate art or whatever they're called in Sword and Shield. And I pulled that and I was like, oh, this is probably like a $20-$30 card, and I looked it up and it was like 100 something, and I was like, what? And then I started looking, you know, and then yeah, so that's where that all began. So again, guys, diversify. You got to. This is why, like, I never like YOLO all into one set. You get a little bit of everything, and that way when Astral Radiance just blows up for some reason, it's like, oh, okay, I've got some Astral Radiance, it's cool. Or, you know, whenever these like random sets just blow up, you're not like, oh my god, I gotta go get some. You're like, oh, I've got some, right? Even same with this like Flesh and Blood stuff, right? And let me just stress that too to anyone who's been watching me for Flesh and Blood, like investing. You need to get Pokemon. You can't just have Flesh and Blood. That's crazy, right? I love Flesh and Blood. I've got a ton of Flesh and Blood. But I'll tell you right now, again, I'm buying crypto, Pokemon, everything, right? So again, don't try and YOLO swag 420 like what you're watching people on YouTube do, right? Just chill. Also, if you've noticed too, I kind of practice what I preach, right? Like just stick with booster boxes and ETBs, and maybe some sleeves. Like if you can get some sleeved packs, like I think sleeved packs are like, if you can get them at a good price, right? Like if you see them, I was getting for like $250 a pack or something like that. Yeah, pick some of those up. Like why not? Also, everything you've seen, I still have everything except the One Piece stuff. All the One Piece stuff I did sell because, I mean, that stuff went nuts. Like those, like I think I showed you guys a clip of, what was it? Just like the starter boxes, and I got like 2 of them each for like $12 a box. The second those hit like 50 to 80 a box, gone. Sold all that stuff. There's no like that's the time in your mind we gotta look at why is a brand new game starter deck the same price as a Pokemon base set starter deck, right? Like obviously you need to sell. So what do I predict for the future, guys? Again, a lot of people aren't gonna like this. I'll be honest. I'm more bullish than I was. I thought after Destined Rivals, they weren't going to be able to ride the wave. Like the steam was going to kind of cool off, right? Nope. They're still chugging along, right? And that's why, again, today's price is the discount. Today's price is the discount. I mean, what? Have a good one, guys.